In this box is the APAS M1, and in this video, we're going to unbox it, get it assembled so you can get it out on the road. So let's get into it. To start off, you're going to want a good pair of scissors or a knife. Let's just get these out of the way. You have staples here at the top, and to open this flap up, we're just going to put two hands here and pull real hard. There we go. And continue to do that until it opens up. This gives you an indication on how it is packed. Put this right here, move that out of the way, move this out of the way, and there you go. If you have somebody helping you, you can lift this bike out of the box, but if you're alone like me today, well, we're going to take the box apart so we can assemble this bike. To do that, you can use a knife or scissors or something like that to cut the sides off. This is how I like to do it, but for this one, I'm just going to use my hand. And there it is. You can see how the bike is packed up. Right now, we're going to remove all of this packing material so we can start to put the bike together. Make sure you do not throw away this box as it has all the accessories that we're going to need for this bike. This is everything that should come in the box. You're going to have your front wheel and tire. This is your front fender. This is your battery charger. Here are your pedals. This is your manual and your battery safety information. And these are all the tools that we should need. Don't forget this little black dot, because I'm going to show you where we put that in a few. The first thing we're going to work on is adjusting this stem right here. Go ahead and grab one of the Allen wrenches from your toolkit. I never know the Allen wrench size. Just keep picking them out until you find the one that fits. We're going to loosen this up, and now we're going to turn the stem this way. The goal is to get it lined up so that your handlebars and your front tire match. We're going to make some adjustments once we add the front tire. We are going to tighten this down and this one as well. Using the same wrench, we're going to go ahead and loosen all of these and remove this front bracket right here. Make sure you have the bracket and the bolts close to you because we're going to need them here in a second. And now the goal is you want to make sure that you have your handlebars to where your brakes are pointing away from the bike. You know, hold it with one hand, try to put your clamp up here and just hand tighten enough to get this bracket on. What I do is I put one in one corner at the top and another one in the bottom corner, just so it'll hold the handlebars so we can get access to the other bolts. Now that we have all four bolts inside the bracket, we're going to make adjustments. You want to make sure that it has this grooved area right here. We want to make sure that it's in the center. So what we want to do is we just want to tighten up these four bolts. Now don't go and tighten this one up all the way. We want to do it to where you have the same amount of space on the top of this bracket as you do at the bottom of this bracket. And if you tighten one up all the way, well, it's not going to fit correctly. So now that we have all of these bolts just snug, they're not even in there that hard, we can make adjustments to how the handlebars are going to sit. We're going to just leave them like that for the moment. And now we're going to tighten these up. And what I mean is I've tightened this bolt up, and I'm going to go to this one, and then this one, and then this one. That is the pattern for tightening these up. My next step is I'm going to attach this display. You can wait and do it later, but I'm going to attach it right now. What you have to do is you're going to grab a different Allen wrench, and we're just going to loosen these up right here so that we can open these clamps up and wrap them around this bar. There is a nut on the back side of this clamp. We're just going to have to pull those out. Make sure you don't lose it because you're going to need to put it right back in there so we can tighten this back up. Once the bolts are out, now we can attach it to the handlebars just like that. I'm going to push mine out of the way, and it's going to make it easy for us to rebolt it back to the handlebars. The best way I know to do it is you just grab your nut and you put it in the slot. It is shaped for that nut, and then you just put your finger on there to keep it from falling out. And now we just tighten it up until it grabs. Do the same thing with the other side. I didn't tighten this extremely tight. I did tighten it so that it will stay in position. As you can see, I can move it back and forth. And we're going to leave it like this because we are about to turn the bike over and attach the front wheel. Now we need to turn this bike over so we can attach the front wheel, but I've noticed that the rack and this rear fender is not attached. So we're definitely going to want that to be connected. So let's go ahead and put that together. There are these rubber protective pieces. Let's go ahead and take them off. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove these bolts, bring this rack forward, and then attach it to the frame. Grab the same wrench that you used for connecting your handlebars. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Now that the bolts are removed, you want to bring it forward over the hole, put your bolt back on there, and tighten it up. I'm going to keep this side a little loose until I get the other side connected, and then we're going to cinch both sides down until they're tight. These are the arms to the rear fender. They're going to get attached right here. So we're just going to remove these bolts, put these fender arms right there, and then tighten it up. You want to make sure that you slide it behind this cable. You do not want to pinch that cable as it controls your gears. As you can see, now this can move freely, and we're going to tighten this up once we get the other side connected. You are going to have an issue with this being in the way, so we're going to use the long part of it to tighten it up as much as we can. Right here seems to be about the only angle you can do it. And let's get this thing tightened up. There we go. So just watch out for this. Now that we have the fender and the rear rack attached to the bike, now we can turn it over and attach the front tire. With this bike, you want to make sure that you have the seat just barely touching the ground. Most of the weight is going to be on this rear fender back here. And the reason I move my display up is so that it's not being smashed underneath. This metal bar right here was used just to ship the bike. These should be loose enough to where you can just use your hands to loosen them. If not, you're going to go ahead and grab your 13 and loosen the nuts that way. They should just be hand tightened, and you can remove it and get rid of it. On your front tire, you're going to have this sleeve right here that you need to remove. It is protecting the bolts and the nuts. And then this piece right here is used to protect the rotor. You're just going to work it until it comes off. The easiest way I have found to put a wheel on is to remove the nut and the washers from both sides. The next step is to attach the front wheel. This is your front brake. Your rotor has to slide in between the two pads on your front brake, and then it's just going to fit down into the slots of the fork. Now we're going to grab our washer that we took off. As you can see, it has a little tab right here. We're going to slide that on there so it fits into the hole that is right there. Then you're going to grab your nut. You're just going to hand tighten it. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Grab your number 15 wrench. We're just going to tighten it up on this side. You're going to go clockwise and clockwise this side as well. Get it nice and snug. Now we're going to go ahead and check the brakes. And the best way to do that is we're just going to spin the wheel and see if we hear any rubbing or if it stops the wheel very quickly. I can hear the rubbing and it's starting to slow down. So we're going to make some adjustments to this brake. There are only two bolts that we're going to mess with. It's going to be this top one right here and this bottom one right here. That's the only two. You're going to grab one of your bigger wrenches and you're going to loosen this up just a little bit. We'll do the same thing down here below. You just want to make it to where this whole brake will slide to the left and right. And as you can see, it will do that. We're going to try the easiest fix first. This works a lot of times whenever I try doing this. And what we're doing is we're going to spin the wheel real fast. And then this is your front brake lever. And then we're going to push it down, lock the brake, and then tighten the bolts. It's going to go like this. And now we're going to tighten those two bolts that we loosened up. Maybe, just maybe, it'll fix the issue. Let's find out. It did not. So now we're going to have to do a more advanced technique in fixing the brake. And don't worry about it. It's going to be easy. We can do it together. As I spin this, I can see that the rotor is hitting the back part of the brake right here. The goal is to get it to where it's not making any noise, and we're just adjusting the front up here. So I don't know if you can hear this, but it's not scraping the entire time now. It only hits a little bit. So we're going to tighten this up, and then we're going to adjust the bottom part to help eliminate the rest of the rubbing. Now let's loosen this bottom part so we can move it to the left and right. There we go. We're going to spin the wheel again, and then we're just going to keep adjusting this bottom part until we hear no more rubbing. and right there. Tighten it down. Now I'm going to make sure these are nice and snug. We do not want these coming undone. There we go. And just like that, we've stopped any of the rubbing that we had with the front brake. Turn the bike over, and now we're going to work on attaching the front fender and the headlight. To get this front fender off, we have to remove this bolt and this nut. So you're going to grab your 10-inch wrench and this bigger Allen wrench, and we're just going to take it apart. Your next step is you're going to grab your fender. And what I do is I just pinch these two arms together and just slide it through. You're going to have your fender attach here. Your light is going to attach right there. And then these side pieces will attach down here. Your bolt has this big washer here in the front, and then you have a small washer and your nut, and that's going to go on the back side right here. So you're going to run this through the front part of your light, and then your fender. You're probably going to fumble with this because I always do. I'm going to push it through there. Then we're going to add our washer and our nut. I only hand tightened that up at the top, and then just grab your wrench, and we're going to remove these and attach these side pieces for your fender. Oh, this hole seems to be a little bit too small for the bolt. So if that happens, well, we just have to make the hole bigger. Since our hole is too small, I'm going to try to make it wider. There we go. And now our bolt should fit right through. So if that happens, grab your screwdriver and just force it open a little bit. We're going to keep it loose on this side, and then we're going to do the other side the same. I had to use the screwdriver for the other side as well to make the hole bigger. And now that we have them on there, well, we just want to kind of tighten it up. And now we come back to the front part of our light and fender. Grab your wrench, put that 10 on there, and just start tightening this up until it starts to get a little bit of friction to it. And now I can push up this fender to give me a little bit more room. And let's get this headlight aligned. At this point, we're just going to tighten everything up. And I like to use the wrench, and it kind of keeps it from moving your light and your fender. There we go. That is nice and tight. It is time to assemble your pedals. There is a decal right here that tells you what is your right and left side. And then on our pedals, they also have a right and a left side sticker on them. Let's go ahead and remove these decals as we do not need them, and remove the one off the pedal. Now you're going to take it and you're just going to put it on here, and you're going to spin it just a little bit. Let's get it right. You always spin your pedals this direction. On both sides, you spin it towards the front wheel. Now grab your 15 wrench and just tighten it up. We're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. Now let's go ahead and sit on the bike. And what I'm doing is I'm looking straight down to see if my stem is lined up with my front tire. If it is not, we're just going to loosen the stem just a little bit, which will give us the ability to turn our stem a little bit to the left or to the right. There we go. That is perfect. And now we're just going to tighten this really tight. We do not want this coming undone. Your tires are only going to come partially inflated. Right now, this one's at 7.5 pounds, but it says here on the tire to inflate it to 20 pounds. So that's what we're going to do. You definitely want to make sure you get that covered before you take it out on its first ride. Now we can take our display and bring it to where we think it might be good. And then we're just going to tighten these bolts down here. Right here is your controller for the bike. We're going to turn that around, and we're going to use the same Allen wrench to tighten this up from down below. Actually, your controller is going to use your smallest of all the wrenches. Your display also has the ability to switch into these different angles. Once you get the angle that you want, well, you can just use your Allen wrench and tighten it up. This is where I start to remove the warning stickers off the bike. I'll go ahead and read them. I'll take this one off, that one off. We'll remove, there is a film right here, so make sure you remove that. Remove the one up here. If you were wondering what this black piece is for, it goes right here on the top of your stem. Make sure you scan the QR code on the back of this warranty card, and that way you have a warranty on this bike. Then also when it comes to the two keys, what I like to do is I like to separate them and label them and then keep one in a safe space. And that way, in case if I lose one, I don't lose them both. Your bike will come with the battery charged at 70%. But what I do is I always charge mine up to 100% before I take it out on its first ride. We did it. And I'm proud of you because you followed along and now we are able to enjoy our bike. So I want to thank you for watching. And until I see you again, enjoy the ride.